and hot.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with the Dog. You make me laugh.
No, not really. Maybe I should get oh, what's going on over there? Oh no. Look, we got assholes already. It's Friday morning. I'm not even started yet. And we got assholes already. Good morning, folks. Even though we got assholes already. It's Friday, your favorite day of the week, or kind of, favorite day of the weekdays. Put it that way. Friday, March 15th. Beware the odds of March 2024. Listen, probably bad omen. March 15th. That's the day Brutus stabbed Caesar in his left side, because he was the right hand man. So beware. If you got a best friend, keep an eye on him. Don't let him get too close. Make sure he doesn't have a knife. And watch out for people like this. Hello, sorry for bothering you. You're bothering me. It's Friday morning and you're bothering me right from the start. You should be sorry. I want to offer a promotion of your channel. What promotion to what? Captain? Major? Colonel? General? Viewers, followers, views, there, blah blah blah, chatbots. Yeah, the price is lower than I got nothing, man. I'm broke. I got nothing. I don't have a penny in my pocket. You know why? Because TikTok is stealing all my money. We got to ban TikTok. Can you work on that? Why? How do I ban these fuckers? Oh, because he's on Twitch. I can't really ban him, can I? Anyway, we're off to a rousing start here this morning. Our friend Willie is in New York, and he's going to be the featured guest on Knock 'em Dead with Tony Walker later today from the Governor's studio, the Governor's studio in Governor's Comedy Club. It's really the Governor's coat closet, but we'll call it the Governor's studio. Willie's there now, and it's funny to see him being promoted as the featured comedian. I like it, but it's a little, it's just different for me to see him being promoted heavily, as if he's Louis C.K. in town for his big show at Governor's, which he does not have a big show at Governor's. I wish he did have a big show at Governor's. Maybe Tony can hook that up tonight. Get Willie on the big stage. Anyway, so that's going on. TikTok is still not banned. It might actually get banned. I think the Senate might actually get behind that somehow, or in front of that, or next to it. They might actually stab you in the side. But as we mentioned yesterday on the program, that's actually good for me. So I don't care. I don't care if censorship, but I don't care about censorship as long as it benefits me, a penny wise here or there. I'm okay with it. Censor all you want. I'm not doing anything on TikTok anyway. Nobody loves me on TikTok. And just kind of following up on what Ron Kane said yesterday, because he said if you engage with the platform, they will push it. Now, Jackie, our friend Jackie Martling, doesn't engage with the platform whatsoever. All he does is post, and he doesn't even post. He's got somebody who does it for him. Posts his one-liner jokes on there. He doesn't check out anybody else's content on there, and he kills. Some of his one-liner jokes have gotten millions of views. So I'm not sure Ron was being straight with me there. He probably was lying to me, because I think what the deal is, Ron's got stock in TikTok. I think that's the deal. Anyway, and he's trying to protect it. That's what I'm thinking. We have a full house today. It could be mayhem. Beware the Ides of March. We have Melvin McKinney, who has previously been on this program, changed his name. Used to be Marion McKinney. Little operation there happened along the way, and now he's a completely different person, or she's a different. I don't know what the pronouns are. Pronouns are us, we, you, and I. You and me. Speaking of that, I just posted a memory on Facebook. Two young men who were opening for us at a gig 10 years ago today, and they are no longer anything like what the. Funny how a decade can change now. The Barone Brothers band, the older one, was Justin at the time. I'm not even sure it goes by she goes by the name Justin anymore. Just a lot can change in a decade. It's all I'm saying. We had beard then. Now no beard. Boobs, no beard. Things can change. That's all I'm saying. Things can change in 10 years. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Not that there's anything wrong with it. There is a rumor about the potential. I don't know, First Lady of Canada. I don't even call her First Lady. Somebody who wants to be Prime Minister, and his wife. That his wife was. It's a conspiracy theory. I think that it's like a Michelle Obama conspiracy theory that she wasn't born a woman, and there are no pictures of her before she was 30 years old. And they're trying to say that she's actually her brother. I don't know. She's actually her brother. I'm my brother. I am my brother. If you know what I mean by that, then you know what I mean. If not, I can't explain it any further than that. We are going to try to have some phone calls today in the mix of all this madness that we have. Stephen Ortiz, the sitcom, will be back. It could be like a wild zoo in here today, and we'll see what happens. So you know what? And our friend Ron Kane is back today. So let's just bring in the people from the Dog Pound and say, oh, look, Ron just jumping in his seat like that after he rudely left us alone yesterday and didn't say goodbye. Good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice, kind of in sync, except GD, who doesn't play along.
Now, good morning. MindDogTV.com. This is your shit.
Dick in your dick. There you go.
This year, celebrate the Ides of March by buying that special dictator a commemorative.
See what I'm telling you about this day? It's just already a train wreck. It's a train wreck. I'm telling you, Ides of March. It's a train wreck. Willie, you look good. You look happy. You look like you're in your professional governor's studio closet.
It was like you shaved.
Yeah, you did shave. Right?
And showered. He shaved and showered.
And a haircut.
I trimmed. I didn't shave. I trimmed.
I
don't shave. I'm done shaving. I'll probably never shave again. I hate it.
If I never shaved again, I'd be tripping over my beard.
Now, see, okay, this is what I don't understand. So you can trim your face without shaving it. You know this, right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
But I still.
I just use like a beard trimmer. Like a.
Well, that's still shaving. That's shaving.
Yeah, but it's not okay. So I'll never I'll probably never go all the way down to the skin again. Like it's just annoying.
You've met Tony, I guess, right? Tony's there.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And you love him.
Tony thinks I'm fat, by the way. He asked me if I wanted a drink, and then he got me a diet soda. So I guess I'm fat. Fucking thanks for that ego boost, Tony.
I didn't even realize. Sorry.
No, it's totally fine.
Ron K, do you want to explain your rudeness yesterday? Why you were so rude and abruptly left without even saying goodbye?
Yeah, apparently a nice brownout happened yesterday, just for like 10 seconds.
Oh, well, the idea refuse to call it a blackout because of GDs. We'll just like make it a racial thing. Is that
Yeah,
what
exactly, because I didn't want him to start doing his terrible impression
No, he
again.
called it a brownout because his Mexican wife caused it.
Fucking Jesus.
Speaking of wives, this macaroni guy, Macron, whatever his name is. Are you aware of the conspiracy theory that she was her brother? This Canadian thing. You guys aren't even aware about it. I always thought Ron knew about it.
No idea. I have no idea what you're.
Oh, Twitter has been blowing up for a couple of days about. I guess the guy's name is PP, or his nickname is PP.
You
the
mean
guy
Pepe?
who's running for no PP. I don't know what his real name is. He's running for prime minister in Canada, and they're saying his wife is not really a woman, or was, is a manufactured woman, and it's a big deal. But also the fact that
what's wrong with that? Who cares? Who cares what his wife is?
well, honesty matters. I mean, you can't. You should be honest about it. You shouldn't be a hypocrite about it if that's going to be a position. I don't care who his wife is, to be honest with you. But when they start making up conspiracy theories like that, it gets interesting that she's her brother. But yeah, if also in the politics, goes back to the Aaron Rodgers thing. Somebody said, "Well, who cares about Aaron Rodgers? Let him play football." It's not about football. He's running for vice president now. Now what he says matters. What he says and does matter.
Has he said he's running for vice president?
Well, no, he has not. But yeah, okay. Last night he posted a picture with him and RFK, and RFK said he was his top pick. He was the top of the list, and they were. So he hasn't officially come out and said. Hey, but they're having meetings about it.
I agree.
I got a RFK impression that I do.
Let me hear it. Let me hear you do it. Is it better than that?
It's oh, my name is Robert Kennedy Jr. I gotta say, don't vaccinate your children. Because it's pretty cool when they die from the measles.
Yeah. So yeah,
you want stock in baby coffins?
Aaron Rodgers last year on this date on Facebook. I don't know why I posted this because he wasn't hurt yet, but I something about the Mets getting Aaron Rodgers, not the Jets getting Aaron Rodgers. So apparently he's been I don't know. I guess I thought he would probably get injured pretty quickly if I wrote that. So anyway, but yeah, so people were saying, like, who cares what Aaron Rodgers says? He's just a football player. Well, he's not just a football player now. He's a political activist, and he's saying a lot of stuff. So once you start saying that stuff, it becomes relevant. Just like this woman who was not a woman, she should come out and tell the truth that, this is who I am. If you're going to be in political office, you can't be lying about your identity. You got to be real with the people. Right. That's all.
Yeah, like Santos, like George Santos. You got to be real. You're going to be 100% real.
That's totally valid, GD.
And own all of your identities.
Right. Well, what happened to him? What happened to him for not doing that?
I'm just saying, once you get caught, you have to own up to it.
Right. Well, he still hasn't owned up, but he's just out of there.
Well, he's trying to own up. I mean, it's really hard. He's probably looking for.
He's trying to come back too. He's gonna run again.
Yeah.
He's not owning up to any of the. He's not the Brazilian stuff, the warrants there, and the.
Well, that's because there's like an investigation going on. You can't blame him for not wanting to incriminate himself. Come on. If you were running from the law, would you incriminate yourself? I don't
think there's an investigation going on. There's an indictment or
my guess, if you were running from the law, you probably like change your name to something like Mind Dog and hide behind like a radio TV show.
I don't think you would. I don't think you'd publicize yourself if you were in hiding. I don't think that's. I definitely. I definitely would not be out in public if I because I know plenty of people who have done that.
Well, like his tell is that you can tell that he's a guy that has to eat alone in shame. Right there is a big tell on his personality. You could just see it, like those sweaters that he's barely fitting into. It's like that is a guy that's eating a lot by himself.
Wow. We're fat shaming George Santos now. There you go.
I didn't see. I thought that was sweater shaming. I didn't think that was fat shaming. I thought that was sweater shaming.
He wears a husky.
Right.
Now that's fat shaming. Okay.
RFK Jr. I keep calling him Q. His possible VP candidate, Aaron Rodgers, seems to imply that the HIV virus pandemic in the 1980s was blueprinted, game planned by the government.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Every day you got a new conspiracy theory that he's latched onto. You can see why his own family doesn't like him. So.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't get to play this season because he got hurt. So, I mean, he's always desperate for attention.
Hey, he did play this season. He played 4 whole snaps. Don't take those 4 snaps away from him.
Was it 4? I thought it was the very first one. So okay, see, 4 is good.
Series. It was 4. It was actually 5 snaps. It was 4 snaps of the football and 1 snap of the 5 snaps.
What's it like there, Willie? Are comedians coming in today? Or you got for the
no, I think it's just Tony and his regular Friday guy Andy.
Oh, okay.
Did I have that right?
It's regular Friday
guy Andy.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Was Tony being shy right now? He doesn't want to be on the program with you because he could be. You know, he could be, right?
It's on a delay from me. So
he's asking if you're being shy. You could be on if you wanted to be on. I mean, it's up.
I'll say a quick one. I don't want to interrupt. You guys got your stuff going on there.
We got a lot. Hello, hey. Yeah. So let me do a quick commercial, and we'll get to meet Melvin McKinney, who used to be Marion McKinney before the operation just last month. Totally different person now, I think. Anyway, so the appropriate commercial, I guess, for somebody like this would be. Let's see, what would the appropriate commercial for this be?
Oh, in that case, it would be the long wine commercial.
No, it wouldn't. It would be. See if Ron Kane takes my side on this. Keep an eye out for it, and I wish I could just stop it mid-cum, and we could show what it looks like. All right, get ready. Get ready. Not yet. There. What is that? What is that? I guess they're implying that you come so hard that you break glass. That's what.
I just noticed that little caption at the end says "coming at full speed." I don't think I've never noticed it before. Just seen it for the first time.
There's always something, look at that. Mind Dog is right in front of Ron's face there. That's not good.
If you want to come at full speed, what you got to do is you got to like
put your thumb over
the ejaculation.
Put your thumb over the hole.
Basically, you want to give it a little squeeze and then let it loose. You know what I mean? When there's a boom, when there's a pop.
Like a water hose.
My thing is, did anybody else notice that the brand is Tracy's dog?
If you rude bastard would just stop for 1 second and say hello to Melvin, and then you could make you a little.
Hi, Melvin.
Morning.
Your little comedy things. Go ahead.
No, because I do want to talk about it, because at a point at the very end it was like, oh, the brand is Tracy's dog. So you mean to tell me people are putting their dicks inside Tracy's dog and coming at full speed. Is that what's going on with that last commercial? People are coming at full speed inside Tracy's. Who's Tracy and where's this slut dog at?
Yeah,
with centrifugal force.
Yeah,
right.
I like that because GD sits further back and the mind dog is not covering his face like it was with Ron, so I switched over. But yeah, it's better than fucking.
Also move. Ron can't move. He's sedentary. I can move. Why?
If it was Tracy's alligator, like a Florida thing, I would be a little more concerned.
I want it even more. I've got come in that full speed. Tracy's alligator.
Yeah. Now there was a story on the other day about a woman who got arrested fucking a German Shepherd on her front lawn. I think it was Georgia. In Georgia, state of Georgia. Yeah. She was on her front lawn. She was doing a German Shepherd. How are they fucking Germans, man?
Peaches.
It's Germans. I tell you, it's the Germans' fault. It's all the Germans' fault. But you know what? If you're gonna fuck a dog, don't do it on your front lawn. I think that's the.
I really thought you were going someplace else with that. I really thought you was going to say if you're going to do that to a dog, that don't do it to a German Shepherd. Pick a Dalmatian or
Yeah, no, a Chihuahua,
an Irish Wolfhound.
Or do it in the backyard. Is all I'm saying. Just do it in the backyard. Come on.
And you already have to do it doggy style. You might as well go in the back.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I mean that peanut butter is not going to lick itself off.
That's right.
True. That's true.
Now, Melvin, let's get to this. Are you running for office or something? Or what's with the name change?
Got your SAG card?
Nah. So basically, so I had a birthday. Obviously, those things happen, and shortly after my birthday,
the police came looking for you.
Biological dad did what the stereotypical thing, and he decided he wanted to go back out for a pack of cigarettes or whatever the fuck because and for me it's one of those things where I really sat and I thought about the relationship with my dad and his relationship with his dad and his sister's relationship with their dad, and you know what, I was like, at a point, you motherfuckers are a cult and I don't want any parts of that shit, so you can have the last name. I'll go take my mom's maiden name, and I'll go let people confuse me as Black Irish or something.
Well, happy St. Patrick's Day, my Irish friend.
So is this legal? Is this how it is on your license? How is it on your license?
That's where I was going to go with this. Like, if you try to fly somewhere, you're going to run into a problem.
No. So legally, I paid that money, and out here it's expensive as fuck. Like I personally don't see why I have to pay the government money to ask them for permission to change my name, much less alone $400 to change my name.
Wow.
Well, they have to be able to track you, and that there is administrative costs. You have to think about your fellow man when you do that. You're being selfish, Melvin. First of all, you're being selfish enough not even to ask us if we like the name you picked.
And something, I could have did something a little more unanimous. I could have made myself a little more likable with my name when I did the change.
No, hold on a second. If you're gonna do it legally, you didn't ask for my advice, so maybe I should just shut the fuck up. But if you were gonna do it legally, why not just go with Big Freezy? I mean, go all the way here. Make that your legal name, and people will have to call you Mr. Freezy.
I mean, I could, but at the same time, tax purposes, and I don't want them to see this and be like, "This is definitely a black guy."
Oh, yeah, good point. Good point.
We got to get him back for Wesley Snipes getting away all those years ago. The blacks have gotten
too. Black people don't get taxed more than white people anymore. They stopped that, and once Obama became president. As a matter of fact, they don't even collect our taxes anymore. We don't even have to pay taxes since Obama.
Let's change the subject from taxes, okay? It makes me a little uncomfortable. I don't know.
For tax purposes,
it just makes me a little uncomfortable. Now, in the entertainment world, it can be a little rough changing your name. But you're going out when you build it someplace. Is it as Big Freezy or?
So typically, what's been easier for me is really just been Melvin. You know what I mean? I introduce myself as Melvin. You know what I mean? And that way, when I get on stage, Melvin Hayes, Melvin McKinney, you still get that first Melvin. So it's like, okay, well, it's the same guy. And luckily for me, I'm not like, Bill Burr status or anything like that. Because like if Bill Burr changed his name to like Bill Johnson, everybody have a fucking heart attack. Whereas little old me,
if he changed it to Betty Johnson, I think people would have a problem with or a heart attack. But I don't know. But you are aware of Melvin Hayes, the English actor, because when we first found out about you, we were trying to do some research, and we kept coming up with this old English guy from like the 60s.
Right. And for me, it's a shorter path. I don't know any other Melvin McKinneys. I know 2 other Melvin Hayeses, and both of those guys are pricks. So
All right, good.
Now, P. Diddy managed to change his name once or twice without any incident whatsoever. I don't even think it even got noticed. Like the first 6 or 7 times P. Diddy changed his name.
So from Puff Daddy to Diddy to P. Diddy.
Yeah,
but that's just the tip of the iceberg of all the stuff that he's done. The name changing is probably the best thing he's ever done.
Did he murder somebody or provide a gun for a murder or something like that?
Allegedly.
There's a lot of questionable activity with him.
He's complicit in the murders of Tupac, Biggie, a few other rappers. Allegedly.
We have to change the layout here.
If you want to know what really happened, ask Spitty.
And he's got there's stories about him and Justin Bieber and stuff like that. It's not good.
I'm sorry, I don't know if you want to share the Bieber. I don't know. Old people like me. What is the thing with Bieber? And
there are allegations. This is all alleged that he molested Bieber and stuff.
Wouldn't that have been Usher? Didn't Usher discover Bieber? Why wouldn't Usher do that first? Or is Usher not in the boys?
I don't know, but there's just a lot. That's like just one of the questionable things that he has done.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe it's not a thing, but I don't think if you're gonna go the other way. And listen, again, there's nothing wrong with it. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but if you're gonna,
nothing wrong with him molesting Justin Bieber.
No, nothing wrong with the homosexual element here, as well.
Just make it sexy.
But if you're gonna be, I don't think anybody like becomes homosexual in their 50s. Like, if you had a proclivity to molest same-sex people, I would think it would start before your 50s. Maybe
it should. Unless it's something you can claim on the back end.
I'm not even sure. He's probably in his 60s, right? PD. I don't know. PD. I don't know how old he is.
In his 50s, I think. I think he's in his 50s.
I'll look him up.
But it almost sounds like you're reverse kink shaming. Like, listen.
No, I'm just saying. No, what I'm saying is there would have been somebody before Bieber that came out that said, somebody else before him. I mean, he had 30 years of or 40 years of being on the world stage for somebody to come out and say he tried to fuck me in the ass.
I don't know about that. I mean, I think he's only been famous maybe
P. Diddy
5 years or something. I don't
know. 54.
When did he break in?
He founded Bad Boy Records in 1993, which is 31 years ago. But then
all right.
I was gonna say, and Bad Boy didn't become a thing until after he was fucking Biggie in the ass.
Yeah. All right. That's but I would have thought at least somebody else would have came out and said, yeah, he molested me. Before that. Maybe somebody did, and I just don't know about it. I didn't know about Bieber, so we got that. We have Steven is joining us. The sitcom is rolling right back into town. Good morning, sitcom. Everybody say good morning before you chime in with your little comedy there, Will.
Yeah. Good morning. Hey. Happy high.
I said what up. I'm saying that is me saying hello. What up to you?
All right. Anyway, now I would like all 4 of you, to sing "Happy Birthday" to Melvin.
Oh shit!
Go ahead.
Oh, is it Melvin's birthday?
No, well, we missed his birthday. You heard him talk about his birthday.
Which version?
February. It was last month in February. It's February 9th.
Oh
February
no,
9th.
no, it's too late. It's too late. No,
Is it too late?
We passed that 30-day threshold.
Statute of limitations on birthdays. I'm sorry. Look,
I'd have to send in a request form specifically with GD.
Steven wasn't having any part of it, by the way. He was just like, fuck that. I'm not singing. Fuck that. I don't do that. That's not in my contract.
He was like, you want me to be happy for some other fuck at 9:30.
Yeah, his was the 9th. Mine was the 17th. I just
everybody sing happy birthday to Steven. It's 17th. I don't know. I think that's within the statute of limitations. Go ahead. Sing the Steven now. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Happy birthday to Steven. Ortiz.
There we go. I like how that sounded. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, much better. Anyway, happy birthday to both of you guys.
Thank you.
Both of you young comedian, funny guys. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Kelly, because her birthday is like tomorrow.
Oh, let's all sing happy birthday to Kelly.
Kelly also.
Ready? Ready? I'll start.
Which version? Do you know there's like 19 versions?
Happy
birthday to you.
I love that everybody in here is too masculine to sing happy birthday. I love that. I love that for males.
Happy birthday to you.
There's like 6 different things.
Birthday songs, too joyous of an occasion. I refuse to spread fucking joy.
It's like a boy band called Out of Sync.
Yeah.
Look, instead of the Deftones, we're the Tone Deaths.
Yeah, right. So it is St. Patrick's Day weekend. Now, Willie is having his first New York St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
You guys around the country then. Now, is there anything going on? Do people make a big deal of St. Patrick's Day in Ohio or San Diego or wherever the hell you guys are? New Hope.
Oh, yeah.
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Well, I'm in Indiana, and I'm from South Bend, home of the Fighting Irish. So, St. Patrick's Day is a huge deal. And then the whole city gets drunk.
Do they have a parade?
They dye the river green along with Chicago. They do it at the same time. And then all the bars are open till like 3 a.m. Oh, they start serving beer at like noon, and it's all green. And it's just the whole city parties. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. It's a good time.
Do they beat the shit out of each other? Like, because in New York, they beat the shit out of each other.
It happens quite often. There's 2 bars I'm still not allowed in, which is part of the reason I moved. So, yeah.
Green on green crime. Now they would fuck with a guy in a chair.
I think it's more ableist not to, and also I think I also have fun with it because whether I win or lose, you still look like an asshole because hit by a crippled guy or you just beat up a cripple.
Yeah. Wow. You never hear about green on green crime. You hear about white on white crime, black on black crime. You never hear about green on green crime. I think it's a thing. It's a serious thing.
Intentional misrepresentation.
I still win. I get your girl because you look like an asshole. It's a good time. Yeah.
Ron, what about Harrisburg? You got a big Irish contingent in Harrisburg?
Sometimes it gets out of hand. Like, the Irish will just start running around, so you got to throw potatoes at them to keep them distracted.
Hey.
Oh, we lost Steven already. He just had enough of this abuse that he was taking. I don't think with a name like Ortiz, he's Irish. I think he's something else.
Well, I thought he said Ortiz was his wife's last name.
Oh,
not his.
Oh, that's progressive, or is that what they call that? They call that progressive. That's what they called it when Stedman did it.
I thought it was Protestant. Actually,
my sister married a guy that took her last name. They're divorced now, but she's super pissed because she made part of the divorce decree that he could not use her last name anymore, and he's still fucking using it. Which, as a guy, I don't understand. Like, why would you keep your ex-wife's last name? Like, if you
what is his last name? Maybe he doesn't like his last name.
Corleone. What the hell? His real last name is Corleone.
It sounds to me like somebody else with daddy issues, and I'm not going to condemn him for having the same affliction I have. By all means, keep the last name. Fuck that dude.
Yeah, I get it. Now, Willie, did you perform last night?
I did perform last night. I did an open mic at Uck Billy in Brooklyn. And it's an all right venue. It's an all right spot, but it's it was a regular open mic. I had a friend, Bailey Pope. She was on the show. We've had her back in January. Bailey sent me a list of some other mics that I might be able to go to tonight. Because I want to get multiple mics in. I don't want to do just one mic. I want to do more than one.
Of course, absolutely. You got to make the most of your time. You don't have a lot of time here. Time is of the essence, as they say. Now, have you had time to pressure Tony over there to give you some opportunities to bust his wall? Tony, the owner of Governor's Comedy Club. Tony is the owner.
Did you show Tony your gift for blowjobs so you can get some time?
Whoa, what? Now, listen, I glued my teeth in this morning, so no. I mean...
If you're tuning in, this is not Kill Tony. It's
Blow Tony.
Blow Tony.
Yeah, Will Tony.
Blow Tony. Oh,
finish
God,
Tony.
That's not good.
Instead of kill is finish.
Happy ending at Gov's Comedy Club.
Yeah, it's a rub and tug kind of morning.
Get stuck in comedy.
He's saying whatever he's saying you're the
Bro, woke up to the rooster choking the chicken. And that's what they said.
That's how deaf Matt is.
Tony says you have no idea what you're saying, Matt.
That's pretty true. That's not breaking news. It's not breaking news.
He said that's not breaking news.
Did he get you?
What?
How long you here till?
Like when am I leaving?
Yeah.
My flight, I leave the 19th.
Damn, he just got there. He wants to know how long he's leaving.
That's all.
Tuesday.
Sunday night in one of the clubs.
That'd be cool.
Maybe I'll
be down for that.
Okay.
There you go. See, we just got Willie a gig. We've done something here. We should be proud of ourselves here. We got Willie a gig Sunday night. Wait, that's St. Patrick's Day. That means you're coming in drunk off the street.
No,
right?
no. I remember I made no drinking on this trip. I will not take a sip
St.
of
Patrick's Day. That's like going to Jeffrey Epstein's house and saying, "Nah, no teenage girls for me. Thank you."
Okay, but here's the thing.
I don't want any punch, Jeffrey.
I don't like to drink to get drunk anymore, period. And I know that because I'm somewhere new, because it's the festive holiday, if I start to drink, the chances of me drinking to the point of like just being completely like I cannot do that.
I tell you.
Right, yeah, no, I could. Like for real, I pass out on the street, some homeless guy would have his way with me. You know what I mean? Like no, that's not gonna fucking happen.
Where's your fucking sense of adventure? Where is your sense of adventure? You're in a new place. Okay.
And no one's going to keep shame you
if he has a house.
No one knows your name there. You don't know anybody. You don't know anybody in those streets. You might as well go out there and get fucked up.
That's
right. The problem, Will, that he's homeless. Is that it? Your house shaming?
Yes.
It's okay if he has his way with you if he has a house, but if he doesn't have a house, there's a problem with that.
And furthermore, he's paying $2,000 a month for that cardboard box. So who are you to judge?
Listen, if you want to take advantage of me, you got to have some fucking money, okay? You got to have some cheese. You got to have some cheddar.
Or at least the top bunk in the cell.
Yeah, I don't provide these services for free.
I'm just thinking that if you want to get somewhere in New York, you may have to think outside the box and go homeless.
I don't know. It's kind of
inside the box. Put yourself inside the box.
I don't know if you heard, but the mayor of New York has called New York City the Port-au-Prince of New York, which basically is a reference to what's going on in Haiti there with, so maybe you end up barbecuing a homeless guy and eating him. Steven is trying to be the Ron Kane of this show and just leaving abruptly without saying goodbye, just walking in, walking out.
An Irish goodbye.
That is not an Irish goodbye.
No.
That's it. What is an Irish goodbye?
It takes like 9 days to leave a party.
Yeah, no, it's a constant
He just did it again. It's like playing hard to get.
Yeah,
hide and seek. Which
you know what it is? He's in
his
his
wife was
wheelchair.
also playing hide and seek in the background. Did you notice that? I saw his wife walked into the picture, looked over, and was like, "Oh shit," and walked back out.
He needs to lock down his wheelchair because he keeps rolling in and out of Wi-Fi range. If he would just chock his wheels. Wow. What?
I knew this was going to be a train wreck of a show. But it's so far it hasn't disappointed. Did I ever tell you about
Tanner, like a wheelchair wreck?
Tanner Davidson, who was a guest on my show, he on the evening show 5 years ago. He asked to be on the show. He was a podcaster who has a horror podcast and was a lot like a no-show. And I did like 20 minutes without him. And I was like, I'm just in those days when there was a no-show, I would just do a show by myself, just talking. And then finally 20 minutes he came on. 20 minutes into it, he came on, and his family was eating dinner behind him at the dinner table. He was in the living room at a computer, and I'm watching his family have dinner while I'm trying to talk to the kid, and he's all distracted. And then his sister gets up to chase the dog, and she's wearing a T-shirt and no pants or panties or nothing. Her ass and a twack is hanging out, and she's chasing the dog around, running behind him, and her ass keeps running past the camera. It's like, what the fuck is this? The kid comes 20 minutes late. He had nothing to say. Like everything was a yes or no answer, and basically, yeah, no. And I'm like, is that your family behind you? Yeah, it was dinner time. Like that's why I'm late. Like what? One of the
what
weirdest.
Kind of dog was it?
I don't know. It was a small dog because she kept bending over. That's I know it had a brown eye, one brown eye. That's all I could see. But yeah, one of the weirdest guests. But yeah, Steven had somebody going behind him there too. Maybe that's why he shut off. Like somebody was half naked behind him. He's back. Oh, he's in a different location now. Oh, look at that. That's much better. Like you're professional. Oh, we saw people behind you, though.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. As long as she has pants on. I was just telling about a guest who had somebody behind them without pants on.
Fantastic. I think this is the wrong website for that. But
right.
Yeah.
Got to get the viewership up somehow. Got to get the viewership up. Anything, by any means.
If it helps, I'm not wearing pants.
If I was saying, if need be, I'll take my pants off right now.
Well,
okay.
I mean, I'm always sitting, so whether I do or don't, you'll never know. So,
not necessarily true.
That's true. If I get back up far enough, maybe. But
yeah.
Spin.
Speaking of websites, who's got TikToks? Melvin, Steven, you got TikToks?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I do.
Indeed.
Yeah, I do. I have.
Are you concerned about the ban or possible ban or talk about a ban or any of that?
For me, they've been working on banning TikTok for like 2 fucking years,
but they passed a bill now. Well, the House passed a bill.
I was gonna say we'll see if it gets through Senate. For me, I've always had a conspiracy about why they want to get rid of TikTok in particular. Like I feel like it's only proper for Americans to be simultaneously afraid of the Chinese while consistently filling Panda Express day in and day out.
Right.
The irony
they don't really want to get rid of. They're not going to get rid of TikTok. They just want ownership of it.
They honestly do.
They want the MAGAs. They want MAGA people to be in control of it. So that's why they're trying to force them to sell it to people like Stephen Mnuchin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mnuchin just bought a shitload of stock in it, right? For people who don't know who Stephen Mnuchin is, he was a financial advisor to Trump in his administration.
Who got like $1 billion. I think he got over $1 billion from the Saudi Prince people, their company.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, it is all about following money. It's about that. It's not really about censorship.
It's control. It's not about censorship at all. One of the things that I feel, and I saw a video about this the other day on Instagram talking about TikTok. Like, even though I have a TikTok, I don't use it.
Is that are you allowed to talk about TikTok while you're on Instagram? Isn't that like some kind of rule? You don't do that.
Not if you're so like say for instance you create content on one, as long as it's on your page, you can put it on however many platforms you want. You know what I mean?
But you can't like talk about them, right? That'd be like talking. You can't talk about TikTok while you're on Instagram.
We're on Instagram right now, and we're talking about it.
Well, TikTok doesn't care who you talk about.
You're thinking about the rule. You're thinking about the rule that you can't talk to your wife about your girlfriend. That's what you can't do.
That's the same kind of thing. Isn't that the same kind of thing?
Yeah.
No.
I'm not fucking either TikTok or Instagram. If anything, Instagram's fucking me. You know.
Well, yeah.
It's not consensual.
But it's still a relationship.
However, my girlfriend here is all about
it's still a relationship.
I'm having Diddy sex with Instagram.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
It's non-consensual, and you guys are going to find out about it in a decade or so. You know, you'll get all the details then.
So change your name now. Get ahead of it and change your name now.
For me, hoping to upgrade to some labia action soon.
But no, it's all a control thing. I feel like, you know, like one of the video that I saw was talking about how, you know, TikTok has become the ultimate social media platform, being that it connects so many different people from around the world, genuinely from around the world, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And now it's like, you know, because here they don't have control over TikTok, and they don't have any legislature to control TikTok or control what content you can see on TikTok, what content you can post on TikTok, whatever. Like they're trying to get a hold on it so they can kind of, the conspiracy is this: they want to get a hold on TikTok so that they can continue to keep people separated, because TikTok is bringing people together and it's allowing people to have a conversation outside of where the government can control it and see it. And you know, it's basically that the middleman, the lower class, the middle class is starting to, you know, talk to one another for real. And we're finding out, hey, none of us trust the government. We may have different ideals or different stances on what the fuck is going on here, but none of us trust it. And for me, it's like, okay, cool, the 60s are coming back. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's get Burning Man going again. You know what I mean? Let's get back to the fucking root of it.
Well, you know? Lauren Boebert said she's not going to support the TikTok ban until she finds out what new sound clocks are supposed to make.
See,
but I trust the government completely. They were never late with one of my checks.
See, they've missed mine twice.
I can't say that either.
I know.
But the TikTok thing, for me,
trust the government.
Cannot.
Why, they're late with your checks?
Well, to paraphrase,
often. No, they fucking held me prisoner for 10 years for robbing a flower shop.
But did they pay you on time? That's all that matters. Did they pay you on time?
Yeah, no, I got my quarter an hour. I got my $28 a month.
Think about this. Out of all the people in your life,
I was supposed to. You are right about that.
Out of all the people, all the entities in your life, the one entity who has never been late with the payment is the one you trust the least.
I mean,
that's true. That's true. My dad was paying spousal support all those years. You know what I'm saying? So, and I still don't trust that fuck. So you're not wrong.
That's fair. My only beef with the government is their government cheese does not melt when you try to make a grilled cheese sandwich. It gets warm and it gets gooey, but it doesn't really melt. That's facts.
That's facts.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't have a problem with the government. I
don't trust cheese.
I thought you were lactose intolerant. No, you're not lactose intolerant.
I am lactose intolerant. Who says?
So you shouldn't be eating cheese in the first place.
Government cheese is a man's cheese.
Government cheese is not real cheese.
Well, the other part of this is government cheese. They don't tell you what government it is. It could be the government of Haiti supplying government cheese.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm suspicious.
I just want you to know,
act
GD,
like cheese. Yeah.
I just want you to know that all of us real poverty-stricken people know that you're fronting right now, because that government cheese melts fucking beautiful. It's better than Velveeta. The government.
Wait, hold on a second. We got to fight. We got a fight going on here because Steven agreed with GD. I'm taking their side. 2 against 1 here. Come on.
No, that government cheese is the best cheese out there.
No, government cheese when it melts, if you want to call it melting, real cheese when it melts,
it becomes ooey gooey goodness when it melts. That's what it does.
It turns like black and it solidifies on top and bottom. What? But in the middle, there's like a lava.
What are you doing to your cheese? You are cooking it
now,
wrong, sir. That's
cheese has never done that at all. I just put it on.
Let's even get a word in here. Go ahead, Steven.
Cheese stays solid, okay? It doesn't melt. Now, I've never had it turn into that. I don't know where you're getting your cheese. Your cheese might be from Haiti. That might be Haiti cheese.
He's got cordon bleu cheese, but it's all cheese.
Listen.
Yeah. Now, what animal is government cheese made from? Do we know?
That sell drugs.
Rats.
That like get government cheese off of their the addicts that get stuff from them. Like they will buy blocks of government cheese off of these fucking two.
So what you're saying is cocaine is cut with government cheese?
In the drug world, man.
Probably.
Not cocaine.
It could be
heroin. Gotta be
the problem with snorting cheese is, I think I don't have to explain what the problem with snorting cheese is. It's nasal. It's all nasal. Where the fuck? This guy here, we got there from TikTok. And for TikTok with me, I don't care if it goes away. I know it probably is at least a toe in the water to censorship, but I don't give a fuck. I'm not making any money there. And my thought is, if the TikTok gets banned, that forces people to go back to YouTube, where I will make a few more bucks, or a few more pennies.
The way I see it is like the conspiracy side of it. I could see the government at the very least wanting to like segregate the countries from seeing their videos 100%, especially with the shit that goes on in the world, whether it's war, whether it's stuff we're causing, whatever it is, they don't want everyone to see everything, right? On the entertainment side of it, I mean, outside of the few people that have hit the millions of followers, a lot of us, I don't think are going to suffer from it. No. I mean, TikTok is so hard to get anything going on that if it goes away, hell, maybe we'll see Vine come back, and I'll be cool with that.
Yeah.
I think you just if you if they ban TikTok, that's how it starts. Because, like I said, especially when you look at the legislation,
first they came for the TikTokers, but I was not a TikToker.
Well, you're gonna be a bad precedent for sure.
Yeah, if you look how that legislation is written, it starts with TikTok because that's easy because it's China. But then what happens when it gets to a point where Instagram Reels becomes too much? And these are the same people that introduced, let's nationalize the internet. It's
when it gets to Matt Napo's pocketbook, that's when I care.
Oh, it's only a matter of time before they come for YouTube, Matt. And
yeah.
But then I'll be dead, right?
Well, no? I don't know. I mean, logically, I think the next step from TikTok would be something like YouTube, because it's a very similar aspect of you get videos from all over the world. You're seeing atrocities in real time still. The only difference is you're not getting it in timeline format, but they have shorts now. So
you're right. You don't have to watch a full 20-30 minute video if you want to, what I'm saying? If you can get on YouTube, and if you want to see what Israel's been doing on the Gaza Strip in Palestine, you can watch it in a cool 15-second video with sound effects and some more shit.
Wait, there's something going on in Israel and God. I don't know. There's something going on.
My thing is,
I'm not aware, but people have been constantly asking me, Melvin, what's your black opinion on Palestine? And I was just like, oh yeah.
Wait, what's going on? Like an award show or something? What's going on over there? They're having a party?
I heard they're fighting, but it can't continue very much longer.
Because they're running out of people to kill.
That's what they say. Look, they're running out of women and children to rape, and they're running out of men to behead in the middle of the street. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, and is there really anything left at Gaza at this point?
Oh, don't get me started on this whole thing, because I'm gonna say it one more time, because I haven't gotten enough hate mail on this yet. They keep throwing the word genocide around, and I just feel like genocide is anybody. It's easy to throw that word around. What that really means is your side is losing the war, because.
You're not wrong.
They use that word to try to make war.
Lots of dead bodies.
Yeah, they try to make war palatable. So to make it, we want to live by rules. There's a civil way to fight war. There's rules. There are war crimes. War itself is a crime. It's fucking mass murder. Yeah. So don't try to whitewash it and make it all clean and squeaky and nice and stuff. Genocide is. A war should always be, if we're going to have war, and this would probably get rid of war faster if we embrace this idea. War should be wipe out the other side completely. If we look at war as all's fair in war, right. And we can kill everybody, then we'll probably get rid of it faster.
For me, not genocide, but ethnocide for sure. Ethnocide for sure. Like full on gene wipe.
What do you have to say, Willie?
So
you don't have to raise your hand.
Saying that in your opinion, I kind of feel like I do with my delay issues. I do.
You don't have delay issues today. You're at Govs. You don't have delay issues.
He's got that government Wi-Fi.
But like, what you don't realize is that I've had delay issues so many times that I'm like traumatized.
Shell shocked.
I have delay issue PTSD. Yeah, I do.
PTS and the D stands for delay.
Doesn't the cream help with the delay issues?
Yeah. So, in your opinion, you're saying the Geneva Convention is like putting lipstick on a pig. Is that what you're saying?
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily lipstick on a pig. More like lube on an alligator.
Well, right.
Okay. Fantastic. Shout out to Tracy's alligator
lube
and Tracy's dog.
No, you know what? That's better. That is better. Yeah.
Now I'm a fan. I'm a consumer.
Yeah, I think we bullshit ourselves about war because.
Way to go.
Yeah, the Geneva Convention. Rules of war. They used to be all's fair in love and war. Now, the love thing could get a little complicated. Like P. Diddy and Bieber got a little messy there a little bit. But,
yes.
But with war, I think, you know what? It should be as ugly as fucking possible. I mean, that would
just fuck it and get it over with.
When you think about it this way, it would really dissuade people. You know what I mean? It would dissuade people if it was this terrible thing that was.
I disagree because
you don't want that happening in your backyard.
The whole war on terror was online. You could watch the entire thing live. Like you could go on YouTube, you could go on World Star, you could go on Reddit, and you could see literally anything at any time. That shit happened in real time, and people are still like, "Cool, let's join Ukraine now." Like, it doesn't dissuade anyone. It just makes people go, "Cool, I want to try that."
Yeah, when Russia was first invading Ukraine, I was on Google Earth trying to really pin down to
get a bird's eye view.
Yeah, vampires type deal. Just like, all right, here they go.
But if we're gonna make rules with war, we should have it. We should have it. If you're gonna make rules about war, only the politicians who start the war should be allowed to fight in it. Now we would get wiped out because our legislators are all fucking my age or
gladiators. But today, because I want to see Hulk Hogan in office today. I need the Ultimate Warrior in the Oval Office as our representative, because if anybody's going to go out there and kick ass,
let me just say he's on the list. He's on the list, but hold on. I gotta mute this guy because the list goes Aaron Rodgers, Jesse Ventura, and Hulk Hogan for my VP mix. There you go. Now we're on mute. Willie, unmute yourself. I can't unmute you. That's true. Jesse Ventura is his number 2 pick, and Hulk Hogan would be his number 3 pick as far as what RFQ is saying right now.
Okay. I want to let Melvin know, and I hate to break it to you, but the Ultimate Warrior died like 3 years ago, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's dead.
That doesn't. That
The
doesn't.
Ultimate Warrior died. He died. He died.
Bring
like
him
the
back.
year
Hey, hold
after
on.
Get
he
Frankenstein.
was-
Get
I hate to
Frankenstein
break it to
in
Will.
office.
I hate to break it to Will, but Joe Biden died 10 years ago.
I was gonna say Mitch McConnell died 25 years ago, so that does not dissuade you from office whatsoever.
I was about to say, and if we're going to talk about it, I'm pretty sure the fucking Vanderbilts have been doing that for like the last century or so. So,
all right, well,
All right.
let's get him reanimated and let's go.
get Frankenstein's dick in office. Get fucking Ultimate Warrior about that cemetery and get him in that fucking Oval
I
Office.
almost went to his wrestling college.
No,
I think
Ultimate Warrior is dead. That's so sad.
Man,
Evil.
He'd have us in some wars. Let me tell you.
Evil is misstating my thing here. Now, the genocide, which we talk about in the Holocaust, was not. The Jews didn't declare war on anybody. They weren't. It wasn't like a Jewish army. They
were just complaining about those German bagels, and
right,
Hitler
right. No, I'm not talking about the Holocaust at all. I'm talking about the people who are throwing around words like genocide in Palestine. It's a war. They started a war. Israel's on one side, Hamas and Palestinians are on the other side of the war. And so if you're in an engaged war, a declared war, you can't say, "Oh, genocide." Like, no, you're losing.
Especially if you started.
You know what? Because like we talk about what
you're getting your ass kicked. You can't sit there and cry it's genocide because you shouldn't have thrown the first punch if you didn't think you could win the fight.
That's kind of what I'm saying.
We don't really know. For me, okay. So my thing is this about the whole war thing.
You know what?
Showing people the ugly truth isn't gonna showing them on the internet or whatever the case may be is not going to keep people from going to war. Putting people out there in that shit, that's going to keep people from wanting to go to war. You know what I'm saying? Because like we fight wars, especially here in America. We fight wars by proxy now. You know what I mean? We haven't had anything happen here since motherfucking the Civil War. You know what I mean? We haven't had
9/11.
Huh?
9/11.
No. So even then, that was just an attack. We have not had war here in the United States since the Civil War.
Yes, we have. Yeah, the Spanish-American War. We have kind of in and Pancho Villa.
I'm talking about like here nationwide, everybody's fight. We have not. We ourselves as
even in the Civil War, it wasn't everybody. I mean, there were life in the North was pretty isolated from it, like a lot of
pretty much.
You see what I'm saying? We take the war to where we want to go have war. If war happened here, motherfuckers would be like, holy! Like if we had, you guys remember Red Dawn? If we had some of that shit happen here.
Oh, that documentary.
Back when Russia was the enemy, right? Or the Soviet Union at least was the enemy.
You know,
the thing is, people have. If you want to define what war is. We are at war. We just don't know it. It's because some attacks, like the cyber attacks, that's serious shit.
Okay? No, that shit is scary.
Okay, yeah, they can wipe out power, water, hospitals. Right now, there's a cyber attack under the Department of Health. Well, not under the Department of Health, but the healthcare. But they're
something.
Aphasia.
The aphasia alert here. Old man Fenderson trying to find words. What was it called? Colonoscopy, the diarrhea of something.
Wasn't there another fire recently?
Yeah, there was.
Dude, don't even get me started on the fire
recently that they thought might have been started by that laser thing.
Hold up.
Yeah, because like a whole like the wherever that was, just like Hawaii, like all the blue shit not on fire. So what the fuck? You know what I mean?
I saw
like none of that shit burned. What the fuck?
Let Steven get a word in. You're always talking over people. Watch yourself.
If Steven wants to get a word in, he needs to stand up and man up. No.
Okay. You know what? Me and Will are gonna
fucking low.
Me, and then we'll let you know who how it goes down. Okay. Now, before we get to that, the blue lasers, the blue roof thing is crazy. Okay, because I saw a video last night and I thought it was AI, and I Googled it of Joe Biden talking to somebody about how he saw the blue roofs flying over in a helicopter and says we need to fix that. Wow. And I was like, okay, creepy, weird. And I was like, I spent like this was at like 11:30 last night. I spent 2 hours Googling this to see if it was real or AI. And he legit said that to somebody on camera and then realized the camera was there. I was like, that's suspicious as shit. Like,
is it suspicious or is it typical?
Kind of both.
And do we know that he knows what he meant by we need to fix that?
He said the exact words were, when you're flying over, he was like, we were flying over in a helicopter and everything without a blue roof didn't burn. We need to fix that, was the exact words.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll send it to Will or one of you guys after this and you can watch it for yourself. But it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Makes me feel like Alex Jones over here, like gay frogs and Jewish space lasers. I don't know what to do about it.
Now, did you see what Alex Jones posted the other day?
No, but I'm not shocked whatever it is already.
It said, I will eat your leftist ass. I will eat your leftist ass.
Threat?
I mean, that sounds like most college students, so I don't know what the difference is.
Even Alex Jones is ass eating. How do they like it?
That hung in the air for about a day, and then he had to come back and explain that he did not go like analingus homo on the nation. He was just trying to explain that we could become Haiti.
Is that a fucking invitation?
Yeah, it seems like a cry for help.
I know. I was gonna say you can. Yeah, exactly. But he's fucking crazy as shit. But he was saying that he's worried that the United States will become Haiti, and then we'll be barbecuing each other and eating each other on the street. And even if he's correct about that, which I don't think he is, but even if he were correct about that, I would not start with the ass. The ass would be the last thing I would eat. I would probably start with, I don't know.
I'm going to throw this out there now. If things go to hell, you can eat my legs.
What was that?
Well,
me or Steven? I want to know what Steven said. I have no problem repeating what I said because I mean that shit.
All right.
Oh, I meant mine too. I was just going to say, if things go bad, I got 2 legs for sale. Half off.
What? Tony will buy one.
For me,
Tony might buy one. He's not in the mood.
If I'm going to start eating somebody, I've got to start with the face.
No, the nipple chips. Nipple chips are going to be a thing.
Nipple chips are cool, man, but I feel like face meat is like that's where you get your nice tender. You know what I mean? Like these muscles are constantly working.
Yeah.
You know, just take a fat chunk out of. Granted, it had to be somebody like you, Matt. You know what I mean, or Steven, who doesn't have one of these. You know, that's why I grew my beard out. Some motherfuckers wouldn't eat my face.
I got a beard, a little bit. I shaved it down for my show tonight.
Like they scale fish. You think they can't shave a beard?
No one's
baby back.
Usually when I eat someone, I start with the inner thigh.
There you go. There you go. Hey, that calf muscle, man.
He's Dwight Howard freaky.
People would definitely eat beard faces because it would be like Maryland crabs. Like it's the mustard inside the crab. Yeah, it's crab shit. That's what that is.
You know what I mean?
I thought they would. I'm having a senior moment, but I could have sworn there was some like rock band that had a "Eat Your Face" album out or something like that.
Probably.
Maybe it was a Grateful Dead "Steal Your Face," but I'm thinking that was an "Eat Your Face" thing. Segueing now into a almost
someone's going to eat children. Whoever Rappler is, Rappler eats children. He said baby back ribs. Rappler eats children.
Matt's famous crispy nipple chips. You know, maybe it's a new product for us to try to push on somebody.
That sounds like
technically it's not a new product. They've been doing it with cow nipples for quite some time. Deep fried cow nipples.
Really?
From udders, yeah.
You know,
the nipple off the udder.
You know what?
The nipple off the udder.
You could probably market chips in the shape of nipples. You probably could.
Well, Will, have you ever gone to the Testicle Festival?
Testicle Festival.
Testicle,
testicles a few times.
That's a
real thing?
Yeah, it's actually where you live. There is it's in Grants, New Mexico too, but it's big in Colorado, in Nebraska.
Mountain oysters and stuff like that.
How long has this been a thing? Because I was calling
Chicago
my when I was in high school. I feel like they owe me money.
Festival.
Yeah.
What does it entail?
Jeremy, you remember Jeremy Doc Peterson when he was on the program? He was doing He was promoting a show at the Testicle Festival because it's a big thing out there. I mean, every year, thousands of people come to munch on testicles.
Yeah, they
Come
do it in
on
Chicago
down to
too,
the
man.
cock show, baby. We got what you like.
Yeah. You got some set of
okay. Now
It's
You
a
got
food
some set of
festival,
balls.
but it's all testicle based. Yeah.
Right. Well, now I wanted to segue while we were talking about old people and Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul. Any thoughts on?
Oh my god.
And Jake.
Oh.
I have one emotion about it. If somehow, some way, Mike Tyson loses this fight, either by knockout or on the cards, I am going to go dry on boxing for the rest of my life, and it is
100%.
going to kill me. But at a point, I understand exhibitions. I understand, you know what I mean? I get it. I understand that Jake Paul or Logan Paul, whichever one of the fucking, you know what I'm saying, Paulie Shore, whoever it is.
I think he's fighting Jess Paul.
You know, I understand that he's put his work in, you know, he put his money where his mouth is, you know. At the same time, this is still it's still a professional sport. It's still, you know what I mean? There's still standards, there's still rules. It's not just this, you know, boxing is not just this social media thing. Like, yeah, you have boxers who, when they become like that upper echelon, become, you know, icons, celebrities, whatever the case may be. But there are a lot of cats out there putting in a lot of really tough work, you know what I'm saying? Taking a lot of shitty fights, you know.
Well, here's the thing with Tyson. He looks like, and I've seen him sparring. He looks incredible. He looks like, you know, for 57 years old. God bless him to be able to do that. But it was on just a couple of years ago. He was on a plane, and there was some goofy little non-athletic guy busting his balls, and it took him a little bit to fucking put the guy out. Like. And I was like, wow, Mike Tyson, it should have been over in one punch. This is a guy who knocked Marvis Frazier out with one punch.
30 seconds.
There's a difference between fighting somebody in the ring and fighting somebody when you think your lawyers may have to litigate.
But this guy was not he was a nothing. He was not an athlete. He was not a fighter.
It's not that Tyson could have taken him out.
Yeah,
Tyson
but you're also assuming that Mike was hitting him full power.
No, you're making a moot point here. This was not that Mike Tyson couldn't have taken him out. It took him too long to take out a guy who was basically a little sister.
Well, I think at the time we have to.
He was holding back. Maybe he was holding back.
Tits and attitude.
Well, I think we have to remember that while Mike Tyson hasn't been fighting, he's been busy with business, but also busy with drugs. So there's a good chance he could have been just really, really high.
Yeah.
And it just took him a minute to get pissed off because I saw.
Let me just stop you there. It took him a good hour to get pissed off. The guy was busting his balls for a while and it was filming it, and he kept busting his balls, and finally Tyson had enough of them, and then said, you know, but he's the kind of guy who.
I've smoked enough to forget that I couldn't walk. So I can imagine that he smoked enough to forget and get mad. So
I want to say this too. Can we talk about the growth of Mike Tyson?
How did that go? No. Let's go back to this. How did that go?
Well, if you watch my newest video on TikTok and YouTube, you can hear the bit. But
I'll check it out.
But no, it legitimately, I just one day forgot, and I just went to get up and make some food and just hit the floor. It's a real thing that happened, but it was super embarrassing, and I kept it to myself for like 6 months, and then I was like, you know what, this might be funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I have forgot that I could walk.
How much crazier would it have been if you just started walking at that moment,
bro? Man,
Jesus weed. He's got the Jesus weed.
What the fuck?
You call the guy back up. Like, he pulls up a shade, so you gotta.
No, it would have been like a Roadrunner cartoon. He'd have stopped and went, "Oh shit,
bro!" When I was a kid, I never dreamed about walking. The only time I could ever walk in my dreams is when it was a nightmare and I was running from something.
Wow,
isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
so
pretty
weird. I don't know where that came from, but it just kind of popped in my head. I was like, yeah.
Because even in your dreams, the chair's not fast enough.
It's never fast enough. No.
Now, Freezy, what did you want to say about Tyson's growth? What are you talking about? You got a tumor?
It took. No. It's fetal alcohol syndrome. That's what that is. Fetal alcohol syndrome. But no, it took him an hour. It took that man an hour to piss Mike Tyson off. It took motherfucking
yeah.
It took him what the 8th round?
Right.
8th round, and he bit his fucking ear off. You know what I mean? Or not even bit his ear off, but bit a chunk out of his ear.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a lot of growth. Because like me personally, I'm not gonna let anybody antagonize me on a plane for more than 5 fucking minutes. I paid to be here, bitch.
Right.
Yeah.
Shut that baby up.
Well,
yeah. No, I feel that.
I would, this whole Mike Tyson, Jake Paul thing, it's very interesting to me because I think Jake Paul has wanted it for a long time, and I think Mike has just been kind of like, nah, whatever, because Mike's a different dude. Like, if you listen to him now, you know what I mean? He is not the same dude. He's more of a philosopher than a fighter today. And like when you look at his last fight and the interview he did right afterwards about how he felt like he didn't have it in him anymore, that anger and stuff like that is just not the same to him. And that anger, all that unresolved anger is what fueled the machine that was Iron Mike Tyson back in the day. He's talked about when he would come out from the back that his whole walk out to the ring is him stepping into God mode. And by the time he gets to the ring, he would consider himself a god that other person didn't even like have the right to fucking be in the ring with. And that's why Mike was able to do what he did to those people. But because he's mentally and emotionally different today, he's not going to be the same fighter. Period.
He seems like he's transitioned back into angry.
Same fighter because that angst.
I agree, but he seems like he's transitioned back to angry Mike.
Jake did push him.
Well, so I've watched
a little bit. Yeah, I do say there's regression.
I've been fairly interested in the fight for a few reasons because I feel the last few fights were, in my opinion, either not rigged, but the other guy definitely gave in.
They took a dive.
Yeah, especially Mayweather. Like that dude's in his prime. You're telling me he couldn't take out Jake Paul or Logan Paul, whichever one he fought.
That's the shit about it. Mayweather's still in his prime.
That's why I've called bullshit on a lot of it, right? But with Tyson versus Jake Paul, few things that I've seen was one, Tyson has said straight up that he's excited for the fight. That's a big thing, right? So one, he's excited about it. Two, I think it's scary to know that he still has a lot of, if not the same amount of power, right? He's got all that power, but now he's focused. He's kind of like the Hulk. Like now he's not just crazy anger. Now he's focused, and he's again been on record saying that Jake Paul has had soft fights and he wants to teach him a lesson. And he said he's going to retire him. So, and I've seen him spar like Matt has. Right. That's crazy. The dude is still putting people on their asses just in practice mode.
Yeah.
So
he still has rage and anger and old. And plus, so he has rage, anger, and
the question is
now it's senility.
Right.
Yeah, now it's senility. Now he's got senility to add to the bag.
Yeah. Now he's old, and I wouldn't fuck with a lot of those guys that are that ring.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of my aunt. When my aunt had a stroke. And when
we don't even believe you really have an aunt, what would you call her?
Yeah, I don't have aunts. I have aunts. I'm sorry.
GD doesn't even have a mother.
But I still have father, and it could be on my father's side. But that's not the point. The point is, when my aunt had her stroke, she lost the sensation in her right arm. She still could use it. She just could not tell how much strength she was using. And she would hold a child's hand and be walking, and the child would be crying because they don't know how much she has no idea how much she's squeezing them. She couldn't tell. And
she ripped his arm off.
And I think that could be like what's
that's
happening.
Why I don't do prayer circles anymore. I don't do prayer circles.
It's kind of like what was it, the superhero where the guy got his face burned off and all of the nerves in his body.
Oh, Deadpool.
So, no, the much older one where the guy Liam Neeson played him.
Freddy Krueger.
No.
Darkman.
Darkman. Yes, thank you, Darkman. Where because all of his strength came from the fact that he lost the feeling in all of his nerves, because that's what tells you to stop your muscles. I think Tyson is starting to have that as well.
Maybe. Does anybody know how much money is on this fight? What they're making?
I don't
know. Not the betting money.
Add my money to the pot. I'm getting the pay.
Not the betting money. How much Tyson is getting paid for this is what.
I think I'll take a look. I think I heard it's like 20 million or something like that.
20 million?
Something like that.
I think that's cheap.
Is the purse or something like that is on the line, plus sponsorship deals and everything else that they're getting out of it.
The early numbers is the fight is going to make 300 million. So it probably just depends on how much Mike Tyson wants for like a tie or like a technical knockout.
Right.
And I've heard rumors too that they're supposed to use headgear and shit like that too.
That was shot down officially.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no headgear. Headgear or anything like that.
The other reason I'm not even going to consider watching it is because it's on Netflix and I have a subscription. But
that's the only reason I'm watching it.
It's on Netflix.
I'm surprised. Netflix. Yeah.
So you mean to tell me I can no longer go to HBO and spend $80 now on top of the fucking $50,000 that I spend annually on Netflix? They're gonna get another $80 out of me.
No, you don't pay extra for it.
It's just going to be on there, on Netflix.
Why are you paying $50,000
like
for Netflix?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You have your business acumen is beginning to concern me.
That's what it fucking feels like, because at a point, for me, y'all are still Netflix's business model has not changed at all. Like, yeah, you have Netflix TV
it's a choice, right? It's a choice.
So I'm not watching them shits. People who are paying for Netflix are not paying for Netflix to watch fucking Netflix TV. I got on there to watch a movie that I loved 10 years ago.
So I agree to a point, but for example, they're moving SmackDown and Raw to Netflix.
What the fuck?
And it's going to be live still. Now, for me, as someone who doesn't have cable and I don't have local TV, I can't watch that shit like I'd like to. I'm stoked for that. So the fact that the fight's going to be on there, yeah, I'm definitely going to watch it now.
Yeah, no, I'm going to watch it, but I'm just like, that's interesting. I've gotten so accustomed.
It's a weird move for sure.
My life, I've gotten accustomed to pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's a weird move. It was kind of like when WWE went to the streaming service for their pay-per-views. Same thing. I was used to spending $15-$30 on, WrestleMania or SummerSlam.
Right.
Now for $10 a month, I get those live plus all the old ones, So
yeah.
But here's the reason I brought up the money in the front. And there's a lot of,
the WWE network was fucking amazing.
The money matters on a lot of levels, but the reason I brought it up was because when Tyson was young, he had something to prove, and he was this angry young man, and but can money be enough of a incentive? And I don't care how much money it is to get that, eye of the tiger back. That kind of.
I don't personally think that money's the most like the craziest motivator for him, because I mean, let's be real. Tyson's worth a lot of money. Tyson has money in marijuana businesses and farms. He's got the name, he's got the recognition, he's got, the tattoo that he's trademarked. He doesn't need the money, but I think on the flip side, he does have something to prove now, because now he's old. And everyone's thinking, man, you're old. Are you sure you can do this? And on the flip side, I think he also wants to teach Jake Paul a bit of a lesson about what real boxing is.
About what real boxing is, for sure. Because at a point, he's not, he's not stepped in the ring with people who are at the top of the game right now. He's not stepping in there with a Triple G. He's not stepping in there with a Canelo Alvarez. He's not stepping in there. You know what I mean?
But he's getting in the ring with a living legend who still has the capability of murdering you with one hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I hope that he gets a lesson taught. And I think the money helps for sure, because now he gets to go beat some ass and get a nice paycheck for it. But he has something to prove still. So
I'm just hoping that if Mike Tyson wins, he takes some of that money and invests it in the Westminster, York area comedy scene.
There's nobody good there.
That's terrible.
Build it and they will come.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. We have 2 comedy clubs. I've yet to come. So
officially, the purse sizes have not been released yet, but they're anticipating that it will generate 300 million. But that's certainly not going to be the purse size.
Now, here's Jake Paul lost a fight. Who did he lose to? Do we know? He's 9-1. 9-1 YouTuber turned boxer. YouTuber turned boxer is just bizarre. But who did he lose to? Do you know?
First wife. It was in divorce court.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it kind of matters.
Shit, if we're going off that, I'm 0-1. Fuck.
Yeah, he's already lost a fight. Like, who did he lose to? I mean, I don't know. I could see an undefeated guy thinking, "I'm ready for Mike Tyson." But if you already lost, there's got to be a little bit of humility in there.
I can't see an undefeated guy who's
Tommy Fury
alive.
is who he lost to. Tommy Fury.
Wow, I never heard of him.
Fury's son.
Yeah, and it was a split decision too.
I don't know.
Oh, split decision. So maybe he thought he got right. He's doing the Trump thing. I won bigly. It was rigged.
Yeah, it was a big win. The biggest.
the people were saying it was the biggest. I'm not saying it was the biggest. That's what people were saying.
Bigger than anyone's ever seen.
The Tyson Cannabis Company. I bought Tyson edibles. They were in the shape of an ear. I shit you not.
Right on. Were they
That's
chocolate?
awesome.
Yes. Him and Evander did that together. That was a thing they did together.
I don't think Evander Holyfield has a single brain cell in his head. Mike probably said, let's do it. And he said, my mama thinks it's a good idea. I love my mama.
Evander has like 12 kids from like 19 different mothers. He needs the money. So yeah, whatever he can sell.
Let's do it. Let's do it. My mama said, I love my mama. My mama.
Now I just see Jake Paul boxing Daffy Duck.
Right. Jake Paul should fight them both at the same time. Now, back in the day, I don't know if this is still a thing, but I would imagine it's still a thing. The racial element here, white guys would line up like crazy to see Jerry Clooney fight Larry Holmes, even though okay,
I don't want to sound ignorant. Is Jake Paul white?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know who he was.
I mean, not to be like
no, you don't have to worry about sounding ignorant. People know.
He's got a brother named Logan Paul. They're about that's Wonder Bread with Miracle Whip and a ham and cheese.
Okay, I don't follow boxing.
Well,
if you follow boxing, you don't know who they are.
They are pretty
fine.
Do you follow Japanese suicide forests?
Which division? Which division and which weight class? Because
I think do you follow wrestling?
Whatever the tree supports of hanging Japanese people, you would know about. Wasn't it Jake Paul who went to was doing
Logan
YouTube
Paul.
video? Oh, his brother. Okay.
The one that does the fake wrestling.
Is he white also?
Yes.
No.
Right.
No, his brother is black.
They're clout chasers. They don't have any.
So I was probably thinking of the brother then, because I thought
Logan.
Tyson was fighting a black guy. So I was probably thinking of the brother then.
But back in the day, I mean, boxing, there was always this great white hope thing.
They're
wondering
both
if
white.
Huh? Yeah, they're both white.
So
But I'm
Tyson
talking
and
about
Logan
Paul against Tyson. There, I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of, redneck America, racist America, wanting Jake Paul and putting big money on Paul just because he's the white guy, the great white hope who's going to be the black. Because there hasn't been a white champion since like Rocky Marciano or something, right?
They better be fucking careful.
No, what about Rocky Balboa? He was a champion.
Well, isn't
right?
Tommy? Aren't the Furies white?
Furies are white.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury is white.
Yeah, Tommy Fury is white.
He's got both those belts off of Deontay Wilder. No one's unified. Heavyweights are not unified right now. Which I'm excited to see Anthony Joshua do. Personally,
last I checked, there were like 3 belts. So how many belts are there now?
Huh?
How many belts are there now? Last time I knew anything about boxing, there was 3 belts. It was like the WBA, the WBC, the WNBA.
So you got so there you still have your big 3, like because like once you get all the big 3, you're unified. You're
okay, who are the big 3 then? Is that still the WBC, WBA, and WNBA?
It's
there's
the WNBA.
There's 4 belts currently, and then the ring title holder in every weight class.
Right.
So 4 belts total, and then each division has one.
Well, I mean, the winner in a fight is going to be both of them because it's an exhibition. It's an exhibition fight.
Yeah,
Mike's going to get some money. So even if Jake Paul loses, he still wins because of the payday and the money they're going to make. I mean,
and it won't count against his record then because it's an exhibition fight.
No, all his fights are exhibition fights. It'll count against his record. All his fights are exhibitions.
But there is talk in the end, it's just sanctioning it as about they would count for his record.
Yeah, it's just about a payday for both of them because does anyone actually have any faith in boxing? No, because everyone thinks the match.
Not since Don King died. No, not since Don King got out of it. It's terrible.
Boxing made a resurgence, but not in the right way. In the last 5 years, when these YouTubers started doing these YouTube boxing tournaments, and they made it a spectacle, but they kind of, in my opinion, killed the seriousness and the badassness that boxing had. It almost made it like WWE when it shouldn't be.
Right.
I felt that way about because boxing used to be before MMA was around a thing. Boxing was one of the major sports, but it hasn't been for probably 30 years. I'm thinking, its glory days were over. I don't even know. Any of it.
I think UFC is probably the closest thing we're going to get to that anytime soon. Mm-hmm. And I think that's because they still keep a grain of seriousness with their fights. They're not, it's still a full contact sport, so they still keep that grain of seriousness where boxing, I mean, it looks softer because you have the big padded gloves and you have the nicer, softer ring and, all of that. But it definitely needs a resurgence in the right way.
Now, the capitalism here is is there a thing where guys, no quick knockouts? We need to sell as much beer and hot dogs or whatever. Keep this thing going for the full 15 rounds. You think that is real or not?
With this, I think because it's an exhibition, I think they're only doing 5 or 6 or something like that.
Well, whatever to keep it no first round knockouts.
I don't know.
I hope he gets out there. And personally, I want to see Tyson get out there and punish him. I want to see him get out there, work the body, beat him down, embarrass him like he said he wants to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're not selling hot dogs.
At a point, for me, it doesn't matter if you're selling hot dogs because you know how many people are going to have to either borrow or fucking buy a new Netflix subscription. And for me, if you want to ask my Netflix, bitch. No, you're gonna have to pay me for that. You want my Netflix to watch the fight? I want money. I need the money. I need the money up front.
I hear.
I think the real story is not even a fake boxing match with those two because I think that's part of the. I think this is like Netflix's plan to eventually have the Super Bowl because they want to show they can do live events. They did the Chris Rock event. Now they're doing this big boxing match. They're making a play to get the Super Bowl. And
Ron is the voice of reason and wisdom on this program. What the fuck are you doing here?
I mean, I can see that happening. I mean, they're already going to have WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. That's what all the white hair's for.
And I've also heard rumors of, mergers happening for NFL to start streaming on a service and NBA because like the WWE network, those standalone services are kind of being left behind. So I can see that being a money move for sure. For sure.
Now, if you sit and look, you like Hulu has now gotten to a point where now they're talking about, Hulu has movies. So they're kind of doing like a switch. They're kind of going back to remain competitive with one another in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
The other part of this, because you brought up wrestling, Vegas is now taking bets on professional wrestling.
Yes,
they might as well take bets on the latest movie. I don't know,
what
Oppenheimer,
right?
I mean, basically,
how can they take bets
Yeah,
on
no,
something
that
that's
doesn't
not
make
really
any
a sport?
sense
It's
because it's
theatrical.
predetermined. How can
It's
you?
not a real sport.
So from
Right.
what I've read
Yeah,
is
that's
the
it.
reason they've
It's
been able
scripted.
to the reason they've been able to adjust to that is, I guess, due to the fact that they're not revealing even to the wrestlers who the winner is until they're in the ring.
wow.
So the ref has an earpiece and he's being fed.
Yeah, it's like right before they go. Yeah, it's right before they go.
So
out.
basically, before a wrestling event happens, essentially, there's essentially a handful of people, like maybe 5 people that know these outcomes. The writers,
Yeah, but that's still
the producers.
5 people too many. That's still 5 people too many. Once that line is
agree.
posted,
Yeah.
I 100%
Right.
I don't think it's right in any way, shape, or form. But that's, from what I understand, that's how they're doing it in order to kind of keep it random. It's stupid. It makes no sense. I might as well be betting on a soap opera, like at that point.
pretty much. Yeah, 5 people is too. The only people who should know
and there's
about the outcome
probably
is nobody after.
yeah,
until
there's
the
probably a number of other things that you could bet on as well. Like you could bet on whether or not somebody gets hit with a chair. You could probably bet on whether or not somebody goes through a table.
It's very
during the
close to
show.
that.
Like
It's very
that would
close
be
to
kind of
that.
cool. That would be fun.
There's an app that has that though. It's the same app that lets you choose, like, if a player is going to get injured or if a player is going to put in, put up 25 yards in the first quarter. Like, you can like nitpick what your bets are.
Like
Yeah.
Right.
Can you bet on like which executive is going to have the next sexual harassment lawsuit?
Oh, I'd
Right.
have that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
that'd be a
this
good
is.
one.
I hate to say this, but I actually agree with GD that five is too many, and
100%,
nobody keep a
100%.
secret. But also, we touched on this when Brendan Walsh was here about the NFL. It used to be one thing when there were local bookies. My father was a local bookie, and I know about this, that he had refs and players betting with him, but not on the games they were in. But now with online gambling and the amount of speculation about all the bad calls and refs are in on this thing. 5 people, even if they're officials, refs in these places, they're gonna be making. If there's a chance to make millions of dollars off of insider information, human nature, they're gonna do it. They're gonna find some way. I'll call my cousin. I can trust him, and I'll let him know. And
this is gonna sound stupid, but is Will getting paid double because he's on 2 shows at once? And once
he's not on 2 shows at once.
Okay, so once we say goodbye to Govs, do we lose Will?
No, because he's not on their interface right now. He's on his laptop in Gov Studio, so he'll probably be off at. He has to get off by 10 when they start, or 11 whatever time they start their show. 11 when they start their show. But
I'm just confused because it's almost like it's almost like voodoo that he's able to do this.
They started 10.
I don't understand it. The man.
You could do this. You could go there, and Tony won't allow you in, but you could go there.
You gotta go around the back. You gotta go around the back.
Does Tony still have the no black people rule? Or
You do got to go around the back. That's true. That's true. You do have to go around the back.
Yes, you do have to go around. Everybody has to go around the back. Even the fabulous Sam Talent had to go around.
Yeah, no, I mean, I put myself here. I will say, I really want to try and find the billboard again. Except for, I was thinking about trying to find it at the MTA instead of in Times Square. That might be
no. That's going to be
that'll
be even
just one station.
It's not in this. Oh, that picture.
Harder?
Nobody ever got back to me about that picture that was
because it's at
emailed
the
to me.
stations, though, right?
No, it's on trains. It's on specific trains.
Just ride trains until you see it. Just take a different train.
Yeah, and we've gone over this. I think there are 2,000 trains in the MTA system that run in different, and it could be from on Long Island. It could be up to Westchester, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But also with the screens, they're only on, like yesterday, I know for a fact that weekdays we have 7 a.m., but I don't know the other, and they vary the hours, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And then there's another day where we have it 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Another day where we have it 11 a.m. It's all different times and different screens. They have 120 screens out of the, I think, 4,000 screens that are in the Times Square area. So you never know what time of day or where it's going to be, and it's spread out.
There's so many. I like, bro. It was so crazy going there. So that's the first. I went from JFK straight to Times Square, and it was fucking mind blowing, dude. And I was there early before there was a fuck ton of people. Like, I can't even imagine, bro. I will say that, like, this trip has definitely put some things in perspective for me a little bit, which is probably really fucking necessary if we're being honest.
Well, I think you understand
some real good, honest fucking perspective.
I think you can understand why I was like, you're not going to be able to fucking find this thing. It's just like, it's a madhouse in there. It's a fucking madhouse of sensory overload.
Yes, that's exactly how I described it. I said sensory overload to my friend when they asked me. I was like, dude, it is sensory overload. I am fucking freaking, and I have anxiety issues anyway. I haven't had shit for weed hardly. I smoked weed one time yesterday when I was at right before Uckbilly's when I performed. And like that's the so yeah, no, it's been weird. It's been difficult a little bit.
So,
yeah.
You killed it, by the way.
But I don't know.
Somebody say something.
Yeah, I was asking Will, which because
did you watch it? Coming up. You watched it? Even?
Which parade are you going to go to? Are you going to go to the straight St. Patrick's Day parade or the gay pride St. Patrick's Day parade? Because there's two.
I don't think there is two.
There are two.
I don't think
so. That's probably going to depend on my conversation.
No, there's definitely not two. You mean to tell me that?
Because I know that there's parades happening on Saturday and on Sunday here in New York City, in different locations. I'm pretty sure.
Well, no, yeah, the St. Patrick's Day parade has they have a gay segment of the St. Patrick's Day parade where it's the Gerald Fitzpatrick and Patrick Fitzgerald float that goes down.
Patrick does Fitzgerald pretty well.
Tonight,
now feel bad because I don't know who that is.
Patrick Fitzgerald. You don't know Patrick Fitzgerald? Do you know Gerald Fitzpatrick? They go hand in hand, or something.
No, I would say sometimes.
It's like a lock and key type. Yeah.
Letter H.
They're dock workers.
I can't believe you don't know Gerald Fitzpatrick.
I know the Emmett Fitzgerald, but that's it.
Yeah, well, Patrick Fitzgerald and Gerald Fitzpatrick.
There it is.
Tonight at Gov's stand-up showcase, Aragona Comedy.
They do the Chinese finger prison thing.
By the way, Will, tonight, I think Andy is running this thing at Gov's tonight in the Giggle Room. Stand-up showcase in the Giggle Room. Andy, who's going to be there. I think he might be an Irish guy, too. You never know. But he's stand-up showcase of Aragona Comedy at the Giggle Room tonight where Will is. So maybe you could get in on that. I don't know. It's Andy's going to be there in a few minutes. You could talk to him about it and pressure him into it. It would be better if we could pressure him into it on the air so he can't say no. Then Kev Herrera in the main room, the main event tonight over at Gov. We should. Since we're on the network, give him a plug every once in a while about the shows that are going on.
Maybe you should call in the Govs. When you end the show, you could call into Govs because they have that phone line, and then you could pressure them that way.
I don't really have a phone.
Fancy. They have a phone line.
I'll call them. I'll do it.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't have a phone?
I don't have a phone.
Who?
Whole studio
6-year-olds have fucking phones, man.
That's true. I'm not a 6-year-old. I'm a 66-year-old or something.
So you're kind of like that Rosen guy on the West Coast. You just lost the phone and can't replace it.
In the head.
I have. I'm just counting down the seconds now till I have to say goodbye to Govs. We got 14, 13. Go ahead. What you got?
I lost my fucking PayPal card this morning. I lost my PayPal card. That's going to be super fucking problematic.
I think it's only fitting that we'll be the one to say
that's
goodbye.
usually how I get money sent to me from other people and shit.
Not on your phone? You don't have the PayPal app? It's time to